Welcome back to the Healing University. I'm Papa T. Going to be talking to you on part 2 about the aura and the white light of protection around your aura. And again, this is the protection series, the spiritual protection series. And so I'm going to talk about the aura first, and then we're going to talk about the shield, using a white light or whatever color you choose. We're going to talk about shielding along with that. So the aura, the energy field that it, emits from us, from our core, goes out to 3 to 4 feet for some people, can go up to 50 feet for some, some others. That aura is also a layer of protection, especially when it's healthy and when it's healed and it's complete and there's no holes or tears in it. And so one of the ways to get your aura healed is through trees. You've heard people called, tree huggers. You say, well, tree huggers. And tree hugging actually does help heal the aura. Because, first of all, a tree has a large aura, right? So when you hug a tree and you, of course, greet and ask for permission to receive healing, you can specifically ask, because it is a living thing, you can specifically ask that tree to heal my aura. And then you can feel the aura around you come back whole. Once that aura is healed, a lot of times any negative energies and stuff that's kind of floating around inside your aura will also be healed as well. It'll be released. Either it'll be pushed out or it'll be converted into, love and light energy or positive energy from the negative energy. So again, that's your aura. It's the last line of protection, and you want to make sure your aura is cleansed and healed. Another way you can cleanse your aura is black tourmaline. You get you about a minimum of about 6 pieces of black tourmaline, and you place them on the floor around you, in a circle. And then you sit there for about 30 minutes to an hour, and maybe even less. And you allow the black tourmaline to cleanse your aura. Okay? And then in cleansing your aura, you can also then go to the higher self to rebuild your aura. And you can lay still, and you can imagine your aura being healed, or you can allow your higher self to do it if you have already connected with your higher self previously. Now, the other thing we like to talk about for protection is shielding. Shielding is when, again, you're placing that additional measure around your aura. This is an additional protection around your aura. Most people will, teach you to use a white light to go around your aura, and that's perfectly fine. You can use whatever color as long as that your intentions in that shield is for protection. So if you want to use the color black to match, the black stones and crystals, like, black tourmaline and black obsidian and onyx, you may say, I want my shield to be black since the stones for protection are typically black. You can do that as well. You can use purple, you can use blue, whatever color that that when you connect to that color for protection, that's what you're setting. One of the things I've learned over time is that some people don't complete the shield, meaning when you start to make this shield in your third eye, in your mind, you have to start and you have to finish, or you leave gaps. One of my daughters and I was at it was a psychic fair, and she said, well, Daddy, I could tell she shields, but I guess this last time when she did it, she didn't finish. Like it goes up and then it gets about right here and then it stops. And so then the client says, oh, I was laying in bed and I was doing my shield and I got distracted and then I never even went back to it. She's right. So because of that, her negative energy was able to basically kind of leak itself into her aura. Okay? So you want to make sure that you take your time, see it in the mind, you can start at the bottom and go all the way up, or you can start at the top and go all the way down. Just make sure that you take about 5 minutes and you complete that shield. And this is something that's really, really good to do a couple of times a day. In the morning when you first wake up, you put your shield up for the day, right? Probably about right before evening, about 5 o'clock. It's another good time to do it when you come home. And then the last time that you do it is before you go to bed, because when we sleep, we still need to be protected. And so it's good to have a fresh shield around you before you go to bed, just in case any, roamers, you have spirits that roam around sometimes. And it's good to have that extra layer of protection while you're in such a vulnerable state. Okay. So R, again, another way you can cleanse your R, and I'm just going to back up to that, is selenite. You can cleanse your R with selenite. You take a selenite stick and you just hold it and you just run it up and down your R. You can do it on yourself. You can have somebody do it for you. This is one of the first ways I actually started cleansing my R, was using a selenite stick. And I just going up and down around the body, around the entire body, all the way to the feet, above the head and such. And I could feel my R being cleansed when I did that. And if there's any cords that are negative, that are kind of, sticking, out of the body, going through the R, the selenite stick will also cut those as well. Now, when it comes to cord cutting, that's another subject, but, it'll cut them, but the root of the cord will still be inside, so you want to pull those cords out. And when we talk about cord cutting, we'll get into that. So cleansing your R and placing your shield. Another way I have found to work pretty good, cleansing your R, is spiritual bath. So when I get in the tub, I'll soak in the tub and I'll basically, I like to speak out loud sometimes. I'll tell the water to soak up all the negative energy outside of my body and my R. So we're telling the water to pull in all the bad energy and push it. And that way, when I got the tub and let the drain down, all that bad energy will then go down the drain. And then my R is fresh, it's clean. And then after that, then I will connect to my higher self, and we will do a repair of the R. Let's make it whole again. Let's make it wide. Let's make it, strong. Let's get all the cuts and tears and holes out of it. And so that's another way, that you can cleanse your R for protection. The aura and that shield is great for keeping negative energy from attaching to you. Entities, they tend to bounce off of you if you have a strong R, especially if you, like I was talking about tree hugging, somebody who hugs trees. Somebody with a strong R typically will hardly ever have entities attached to them for that reason, unless it's a curse, and then there's an entity with the curse that, attaches to carry out the will. That's different too, but also makes sense. Also something that we're going to have to talk about later in this series. So, again, cleanse your R using black tourmaline, place it around the floor. You can cleanse it using a selenite stick. You can cleanse and heal your R by hugging a tree. And always remember to place that shield around your R. Now, about the shield, typically what you imagine, that's the size, the thickness of that shield. Now, I like to go big. Maybe I come from Texas. I don't know. But I like to imagine myself out in space. And when I'm in space, I like to make my R, or make my shield huge. I want that shield to be huge, thick, and solid, because I want to block as much as I can from coming in, especially in the work I do. It's kind of hard to keep a clean R. So I like to just add that additional thick protection for my R. Okay? So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Please like this video and feel free to share it with anyone else. And if you have any requests or any questions, leave it below, and then I'll go ahead and address it in another video. Peace, love, and light to you all. Have a good one.